Question number 10, Catherine Delahunty. Order. Catherine Delahunty.
Tēnā koe, Mr Speaker. Kia ora koutou katoa. To the Minister for the Environment, what specific action will he take to clean up waterways such as Lake Tutira, whose algae blooms are so toxic children have been banned from boating or kayaking there?
Mr Speaker,
Honourable Dr Nick Smith.
I can confirm that as part of the Delahunty Fund, the government is committing over $400,000 to improve the water quality at Lake Tutira. The problems at this lake go back over 20 years, and this is the first government commitment of any funding to addressing the water quality problems. This is one of 9 projects that will be delivered as part of the $4.5 million commitment that I announced earlier this year in partnership with the Maori Party.
Supplementary, Mr Speaker.
Supplementary question, Catherine Delahunty.
Which of the rivers and lakes on this map, which have algae blooms so toxic they're unsafe for swimming, does he think should continue to be off limits to kids in order to grow the economy through intensive dairying?
The Honourable Dr Nick Smith.
Mr Speaker, I would point out
Order.
that
Put that down and listen to the answer.
I'd point out that this government has committed $450 million to freshwater cleanups, which is more than 7-fold the amount that was committed by the previous Labor Green government. And so I find it extraordinary that the Green Party has not acknowledged the significant steps that this government has taken to address freshwater quality.
Supplementary question, Catherine Delahunty.
Does he think it's the birthright of all Kiwi children to swim in our country's rivers, or only some Kiwi children?
Mr Speaker.
The Honourable Dr
Mr
Nick
Speaker,
Smith.
this government is very committed to improving freshwater quality. That is why we introduced the first national policy statement on freshwater in 2011. That is why we introduced minimum quality standards nationwide in 2014. That is why we're the first government to nationally regulate for water metering. That is why we've invested in the Land and Water Forum, and that is why next year we'll be taking further steps to improve freshwater quality.
Supplementary question, Catherine Delahunty.
Which of New Zealand's lakes and rivers is he hoping to go swimming in this summer?
Mr Speaker.
The Honourable Dr Nick Smith. If there's
Mr
ministerial
Speaker,
responsibility.
as with every summer, I'll be taking my family to swim in wonderful water bodies like the Lee River in my own community. We'll be going to beaches like many of my national colleagues. And what I won't be doing is what the Green Party does every summer, and that is discouraging New Zealanders from getting out and enjoying this beautiful country.
Point of order.
Point of order, Catherine Delahunty.
I seek leave to table this map showing the summer algae blooms that are already taking place in 2015.
Will be available to members if they so need it or so want it. Question number 11, Stuart Smith.